Hello and welcome back to the NHL DFS Strategy Show. I am Earl DFS and we are back again with another slate here. We have a 5-game slate to go over for today, Monday, March 9th. We have a 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 1 7 o'clock, 2 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock and a 10:30. All right. So let's hop right into this slate. First game on the slate, Washington Capitals, Buffalo Sabres. 3.63 for the Capitals, 2.87 for the Sabres. Braden Holtby, Carter Hutton in net projected. And let's start on this Buffalo side. The top stack I'm getting to for this team is that top stack with Reinhart and Eichel. I like the power play correlation. They bumped Olofsson down to the second line, so just keep that in mind. Skinner is now on that top line. You can easily switch from Olofsson to Skinner. You can even go you can put Olofsson instead of Skinner if you want that power play stack with Ristolainen and Dahlin. They're at home, so it's not a terrible matchup for them, but I'm looking more at this Washington Capitals side. I really like this Ovechkin, Kuznetsov, and Tom Wilson line. I really like John Carlson as my top pay-up option for defenseman today, and I don't think it's even close. There's Carlson, there's Pietrangelo, and there's Theodore Klefbom is back. And that's just about. So we have 4 decent pay-up options at defenseman. Pay-up meaning I think 6K or higher. And I like Carlson the most. He's got a nice matchup against the Sabres. I believe the Capitals have the highest implied total on the slate. They do by a decent margin. And I'm getting to a lot of Washington. 34% of my lineups at this moment are lineups with at least 3 Washington Capitals in them. I want to get to Braden Holtby a lot. He is a minus 165 at only 7,800. I really like that. And I'm also going to be getting to that Backstrom, Verana, Oshie line. They got that power play correlation. Give me that with Carlson as well. So you can parallel Carlson with either of those top 2 lines, which I really like, which makes him my favorite defenseman of the day. Brendan Dillon's a nice pay down option. A little bit of a punt play. He's playing on that top pairing with Carlson. He's going to be getting some ice time with Ovechkin, with Kuznetsov and Wilson, and probably some with a little bit of that Backstrom, Verana, Oshie line. So I definitely like John Carlson's my favorite defenseman of the day to go to, and the Capitals are my favorite team of the day to play. On to the next game of the slate, we have the Arizona Coyotes and the Winnipeg Jets. 2.65 for the Coyotes, 2.85 for the Jets. Antti Ranta and Connor Hellebuck projected in net tonight. And actually, the first of my 6 under 16K comes into this game. And it is that top line for Arizona. Granted, they do have a low implied total, but Taylor Hall had an amazing game the other day. He scored a goal and assist. He had 8 shots on goal, 25 points. So you can obviously one-off Taylor Hall. But I like that top line. They are $15,700 for a top line going up against Winnipeg, which isn't the greatest team defensively. At home, they're a little bit better. They have a very low implied total for today. But Arizona is a team that I will get to a little bit of their top line there. For the Winnipeg side, I like those top two lines. I like the top line better than the second line, but actually Winnipeg 2 is the second team or the second line that is part of my 6 under 16. They're 14-7. There wasn't really much to choose from after my favorite four for the 6 under 16, and then I threw two more in there just to get to 6. Winnipeg 2 is one of those two. They're not my favorite stack. Eakin makes them more affordable at 2,600, but he's not so. This is not a team I really want to target immensely, or that's not a line I want to target. I'd prefer Winnipeg 1. That Scheifele Connor Wheeler line's been really good. They are expensive, but I feel like they're other than Washington 1, they're probably the highest raw projection for a top line. There's probably never mind. There's probably a few that are higher. As we look at the Blues, the Panthers, Golden Knights, and Oilers, and the Avalanche, wow, and the Kings. So yeah, we have a lot of good top lines tonight. It's just the challenge of trying to pick the right one. But overall, I'm getting to Winnipeg 1, Arizona 1. Antti Raanta looks like a nice paydown option. Low implied total against him at 7,300. Just something to look at there. And Neil Pionk, I like as a defenseman. On to the next game of the slate, the Florida Panthers and the St. Louis Blues. 3.68 for the Panthers, 3.32 for the Blues. Chris Driedger, Jordan Binnington, projected in net for tonight. Once again, I am really liking these top lines. We'll start on the Florida side. Dadonov, Barkov, Huberdeau. I really like them. They're not too expensive. They're 17.6, which for a top line is not terrible. Chris Driedger may be a decent option at goalie at only 7,100 if you're looking for a paydown option. He is the second cheapest goalie of the night. Goalies are not expensive tonight. The most expensive one is $8K. 8,300. My bad. Binnington's the most expensive, followed by Hellebuck up there. But goalies are not super expensive tonight. The pricing's kind of soft, which I kind of like. It allows more balance throughout the goalies. So I like this Dadonov, Barkov, Huberdeau line. And Florida 2 is just that second team, along with Winnipeg 2, that I just put them in here for a 6 under 16. I'm not really going to be getting to them too much, but they are 14-2. That Hoffman, Hulua, Vetrano line. They got some power. They get power play time. Hoffman on that top power play, Hulua, Vetrano on that second power play. If you want 2-man stack power play 2s, I know this sounds crazy, but Hulua and Walmark, just because they have that experience in Carolina, I think that they're good on that second power play. But honestly, I'm not going to be getting to them too much. Keith Yandel is my favorite defenseman from this team. Yes, he's on the third pairing. I like him when he's the quarterback of the power play unit with Barkov, Dadonov, Huberdeau, and then Hoffman. On the St. Louis side, once again, this St. Louis top line is underpriced, I feel. Last Sunday, I felt they were underpriced. They kind of underperformed. But that Schwen, O'Reilly, Schwartz line, they are at home. I like them. They're only 15,000. And I feel like they can go off against a team like the Panthers with Bobrovsky out, having to go up against Chris Driedger. I think this could be a very nice matchup for them. I'm also going to be getting to some St. Louis too with David Perron, Robert Thomas, and Zach Sanford. And looking at defensemen, give me Pietrangelo when I'm playing that top line. Give me Perico more when I'm playing that second line rather than the top line. And Justin Falk at $3,300 is not a bad pay down option if you're looking to play that top line and don't want to pay up for it. Pietrangelo, save $3,100. He doesn't have any power play time, but he'll get you some minutes probably. He'll get you over 20 minutes a game. So it's something to look at here if you're looking to play St. Louis. Jordan Binnington, he's your pay up option. He's the best goalie on the slate. Yeah, I think that's enough said there. Next game on the slate, Vegas Golden Knights, Edmonton Oilers, 2.86 for the Knights, 3.14 for the Oilers. Marc-Andre Fleury, Mikko Koskinen projected in net. And I actually kind of like Marc-Andre Fleury here. He's 7,700. Oilers shoot the puck a ton. So that's just something to keep an eye out. But getting into these lines here, the fourth team for my 6 under 16 is the second line here for the Vegas Golden Knights, Max Pacioretty with William Karlsson and Nicholas Roy. Roy makes this line extremely affordable at $2,500. He is a nice option to go with these two with higher price Max Pacioretty. So I like Vegas Golden Knights too. The top line for Vegas looks good as well. I would probably get to more of the top line than the second line, but it's more of like an 8 to 7%. It's like 1 or 2% that'll separate these two lines. On the Oilers side, I like power play stacks more than full line stacks. If I had to go with a full line stack, it's the McDavid, Nugent Hopkins, and Cassian. Cassian 3,100 makes this line more affordable with 8K McDavid and 6,700 Nugent Hopkins. If you want, you can put together a power play stack with McDavid, Nugent Hopkins, and Draisaitl and go with a cheap stack that we're going to look at next game with LA2. And you can easily fit those guys into a lineup. I like the Draisaitl and his Yamamoto line. Basically, any type of combination there is not terrible play. Just not too much of them. Vegas is a good defensive team. The Pacioretty line, Pacioretty and Karlsson are not only elite offensively, they're elite defensively as well. So just something to keep an eye out on. Defenseman in this game, give me Shea Theodore. He's just a consistent defenseman that I really like to play. And on the Edmonton side, Oscar Klefbom is back. Give me some of him. On to the last game of the slate here, the Colorado Avalanche, LA Kings. Michael Hutchinson going for Colorado. Jonathan Quick for the LA Kings. And it honestly makes me want to play a lot of LA, seeing Hutchinson in there. He struggled a lot in Toronto, so I think he's going to probably struggle a little bit tonight too. I'm going to go contrarian here. And the last team for my 6 under 16 is this Kopitar Brown Olafo line. They are 14-8 for a full line stack here. I really like that. They're at home. They're going up against a struggling goalie. This year he's been terrible. If we look at his splits this season, he's won all of 5 games. So not that I really like targeting against goalies, but I kind of targeting against him here. I'm going to get to a lot of LA1, and I'm going to get to a lot of LA2 as a filler stack here with Moore, Lewis, and Lizotte being a good filler stack. 1 second. At only 8,700 for a second line. 7,700 for a second line. I really like that. And then obviously for Arizona, I'm reading Avalanche, thinking Arizona. For Colorado, the Nathan McKinnon, Gabriel Landeskog, and that line looks great. I'm not getting into too much of any lines below that. Tyson Yost, it's been playing great. He's on that top power play. Cool. I like Ryan Graves. He's going to be lower owned. He's not getting power play time. So that with that top line. Then Sam Girard's not bad either, 4,500 on that top power play unit. For defensemen for LA, it's Drew Doughty or it's no one, basically. But that is going to wrap it up for this video, for this breakdown. I want to thank you guys for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys.